Alright guys, so awesome battle. We have the Sony Xperia 5 Mark III and the 1 Mark III. So let's go right to it. Now these are the most balanced smartphones on the market, but the 1 Mark III is more advanced overall. So we're going to see if the price difference is worth it. Now for the first test, boot up. We have advantage for the 1 Mark III. And now we have the 5 III. Alright guys, now for the specs. Both phones have the same refresh rates, but the 1 Mark III display is larger and also 4K. Both phones have the same camera on the front. And on the back, the 1 Mark III is an extra camera used for depth. The 1 Mark III is a larger option for storage, and both support micro SD. Both phones have the same size battery. Both have the Snapdragon 888, and the 1 Mark III has more RAM. Both phones are water resistant. Both phones support Type-C. Now, the 1 III has wireless charging, and believe it or not, they both have headphone jacks. The 1 III is made of frosted glass, and the 5 III is standard. Both phones support 5G, and the 1 III is more expensive. Alright guys, let's get to it. Alright guys, get into it. So first we have Reddit. Slight advantage for the 1 Mark III. eBay. Pretty similar. YouTube. Again, slight advantage for the 1 III. Now both these phones, Snapdragon 888. As you guys see, this is pretty similar, but the 1 III has more RAM. Amazon shopping. Again, a slight advantage for the 1 III. Photos. Pretty similar. And now for gaming. So first we have PUBG. And this is a slight advantage for the 1 Mark III. COD. One Mark III. Temp Run. So yeah, the additional 50% of RAM is making a difference here. And we're not yet at the RAM management. Once again, minor advantage for the 1 Mark III. PVZ. Slight advantage for the 1 Mark III. Real racing. Yep, once again, 1 III. Birds 2. Now it's worth noting the 5 Mark III is still very fast, but the 1 III is just faster. 1, 3. And mine's giving me a 4, 9. And this one is a 5, 3. Alright. So next we have Chrome. And we'll just scroll out the web history. Alright, so first we have IGN. One Mark III. IMDb. Again, pretty similar, but minor advantage for the 1, 3. Nintendo. 1, 3. And let's do Microsoft. Once again, the 1 Mark III. Eyes of Glory, no copyright. Now for the speakers. Now both phones are dual speakers. So first you have the 5, 3. And 1, 3. And my side mirror. Yeah, so they're both very good quality, but the 1, 3 is stronger. Now for batteries. And we'll just bring up YouTube. Alright, so we'll be back in a few. Five hours in. Let's go and check in. Advantage here for the 5 Mark III. Now keep in mind the 5 Mark III is a smaller screen, and of course it's not 4K, and also does not get as bright. So that's why the battery is a lot better for it. Okay, now I also want to do a battery test that's more about the power of the phones and not as much about the displays. So I'm just going to record a video here. Both of them recording on 1080p. Doing this in my kitchen so they have something to focus on. I'm going to focus on this light switch. Alright, so after an hour, they're both the same. So from 100 to 79. Now in most cases, of course, the 5 Mark III is a better battery, but in some cases it's pretty similar. Now for the fingerprints. So pretty similar, and both extremely accurate. They're also my favorite scanners for any phone. Just extremely natural to use. Now we're testing out the RAM. So, back to the start. Very nice job there. eBay. Alright, so this is a refresh for the 5.3. Advantage for the 1.3. YouTube, excellent for the 1.3. Instagram. Again, a restart for the 5.3. PUBG. And yeah guys, so here's the biggest difference. Of course, not going as far back. Then both hold it. But the further back you go, the better for the 1 Mark III. And back into birds. Yeah, so overall, very easy advantage here for the 1 Mark III. And by the way guys, I can't run Geekbench because the 5 Mark III is pre-production review unit. So I'm just not able to run it. Time now for the camera speed. So very similar. Now for the fun cameras. And the stabilization. And now for the rear. And the stabilization. And now for the wide. And again, the stabilization. We also have the maximum zoom. Alright guys, so going back to last year for a second. So the 5 Mark II had some features that the 1 Mark II did not. So just for example, it had 120Hz refresh rate display, and it also had the same build quality. But that's not the case this year. The 5 Mark III does have a better battery, but for the most part, the 1.3 is a better phone. So it really comes down to which size you prefer. And if you want to save some money with the 5 Mark III. But yeah guys, some of your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, subscribe for more. And check out my review for the 5 Mark III.